Why exactly do we still come out of a garage?
I don't know.
There's no bee's nest.
Huh?
Because we still always come out of the garage, but there's no bee's nest.
That this land looked very different when the dinosaurs were here. If we're looking now, actually the hill behind you shows it very, very plainly. The bottom part of the hill with the lighter gray rock with those vertical lines, we call those rills. This is a kind of stone that happens when sand turns to stone, so we call it sandstone. Absolutely. At the top of that little mound, there's some darker gray rock. It's kind of crumbly. Actually, the hill in behind you. Mudstone! Yes, our geologists were not very creative in their naming of the rocks. Mudstone. Ah, it's all crumbly. We think it looks like popcorn when it's dry. We call it Badlands popcorn. When it rains, it absorbs. So from here, we can see a landform we refer to as the Citadel. We think it looks a bit...
You can see the little red thing over there.
The little red thing?
And the cactus.
Oh. Oh, cactus fruit. Yes, where? I eat them all the time. They're so yummy. Oh, look at that.
Il y avait des fruits.
C'est cute. Where's the cactus fruit? There.
Actually, I think it's that thing. I think it's this way here, actually.
No, that's another. That's the type of cactus that we had. That.
Well, we don't think it's a fossil in terms of definition of 10,000 years ago. I think it's a bone. I think it's a bone, but not.
Round of applause for Bruce one. It is a bone. You are correct. It is a deer bone. So by definition, it can't be 10,000 years old or older. We didn't have deer here before the last ice age. But what were some of the clues that led you to believe it probably wasn't a fossil?
Well, the color.
The color. Just didn't feel right. Modern bone bleaches white in the sun, so that's a good one. Does it feel like about 90% change to rock or too light and white?
No, it's too light.
There you go, exactly. So you zeroed in on all the good clues. Well done. This is a deer bone. So when we've all presented, then we'll pass our things around so you can get a feel and a better look. Group 2, what are you holding?
We're no longer as confident. We thought this was not a fossil.
You are correct. It is not a fossil.
We thought it was too light. That was the main.
And you can hear the
There's
marrow in it.
Yeah.
The dried up marrow.
There's something shaking around in there.
Yeah.
So is it bleached like a modern bone?
No, that's why we got
It's
Because the barbecue sauce.
yeah, that's exactly right. So this is a bit of a trickster, this one. This is a bison bone. Found here in the park, but again, not 10,000 years because bison came after the last ice age. Do you think it's maybe partly turned to stone? Does it feel heavier than you would expect for a bone that size? Group 3. What do we got?
You think it's a fossil or a bone because you can see like little inside of a bone marrow here, and the decoloration that it goes to the top. It's also pretty stone-like. You know, it's heavy, and we thought maybe it's like a hip or a knee or a joint of some kind. Yeah.
Well done. Round of applause for group 3. So this is in fact a fossil. You're correct, a fossil, a bone turned to a fossil. So 3 things we look for to help tell if something is a fossil or just a cool rock. So one of them is color. So that's a pretty typical color for a lot of our fossils. But again, there's going to be a range depending on what minerals were present in the water. When we see ironstone, I like to call it the trickster rock, because that mineral that turned the sandstone or mudstone to ironstone is the same mineral that transfers into a bone. So sometimes it just looks like ironstone. Color, shape. So that one, yes, we think it's the end of a femur. So it's got a little bit of the typical shape. Some of the bones we'll see up at the bone bed, you're going to say, oh yeah, that's a bone, no doubt about it. When it's down to little chunks, it's harder to tell. And then texture that you zeroed in. So that bubbly texture, very, very typical of a fossilized bone. So you are all prepared to identify fossils when we get up.
Great, let's go.
Yeah, so we can move these around. So each group can have a... Are 90% changed to mineral and have been safe in the ground for 75 million years, it only takes a couple of decades after they're exposed to the rain.
I think it is too. Beans also found one that has bones.
Not there. Not where he is.
Thank you.
Very ridiculous how you always have your camcorder everywhere.
Sit up in this bench is okay?
Oh my gosh, yeah. No.
Cut off, I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get my camera for that view.
We are at a bone bed right now. Where'd you find that? Interesting. We have some bones over here. Fossils. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, hat's coming off. Wow, it's windy. Wow. That's crazy.
So this is the bottom beak of a Centrosaurus. So they were, they had like a bird beak in the front, teeth in the back to chew up the plants. So this is the bottom beak of a Centrosaurus apertus right here. There's the pointy end of it. So yeah, the paleontologists are coming back for that shortly. Looks like that bone right under your foot they're going to bring in too. That one's been painted with blue, this craft one.
Looks like it's cracking.
Who?
It looks like it's cracking.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Yeah, look at all these here.
So many bones. Every year.
Every year?
Every year, yeah. University of Alberta, from Edmonton, and the Royal Toronto Museum both have crews out.
They're bringing this one in too.
Yeah, I see that. Look, I'm touching something that's 75 million years old. That's crazy.
What they would do in a normal year, like last year they weren't allowed to have a crew
It is a little shiny. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it has some glitter on it.
She said they paint it with glue. These paleontologists paint the ones they like with glue to
Yeah?
protect them from
This
the rain.
year, in fact,
Oh,
And
yeah?
then they come back and dig them up.
when our
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
now they're out here.
GoPro, take a photo.
A dinosaur that was walking on top of his dead ancestors.
Wow.
Just kind of got
Mm-hmm. Did you pick up a bone yet?
I did down there. Yeah.
Oh, you picked up something 75 million years old.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of it that
That's
way.
crazy, right?
Pretty crazy.